Hello, everybody, and welcome to OCTV's coverage of the American Sim Racing Series Ford EcoBoost 100. I am Tony Knuckles, joined in the booth tonight by David Williamson, that's Cafe Olé, and Katie Reed. We're here to see the 46 of Robbie Baskins, the 42 Jim Foose. They're going to be battling it out for the season championship tonight. 42 starting 6 points back from the 46 of Robbie Baskins. Guys, what do you think?
I think final races are always exciting, especially when you have two cars like Baskins and Foose that are so close together and on a track that it's not incredibly a great difference in speed between all the trucks. It's going to come down to who can manage their stuff the best.
Yes, indeed. I absolutely agree. I am excited about this race because not only is it the final race in the chase for them, but also this truck on this track can be extremely exciting to watch because it's easy to get a handle on it in lap 1, lap 2, lap 5. But anywhere past lap 10, it's all luck from there sometimes with the way these cars decide to handle. Not to mention we have a very packed field. We have 30 cars here today, 30 trucks. So it's going to be pretty interesting here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see if there's an early caution, some of these guys might play out, see if two tires work, or quickly find out that they have to take four. Katie, Tony, what do you guys think are going to be the point of no return as far as taking tires? I don't think it's going to come down to fuel. It's going to be who can manage their tires.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And really the problem with tires is that not only are they facing each other, but they're facing two drivers. Two drivers out of 30 trucks on the track are trying to vie for a title right now. So they have to be extremely careful around them. You don't want to cause someone to lose a championship. That's possibly the worst outcome you could face. And they have to be very, very careful here. And I mean, we're going through the field here as drivers are putting down time. They only have 5 minutes, so you'll see a lot of drivers going out at one time. So far, we've had 28 drivers take a lap, at least one lap so far, and they're pretty close on time. We have our top time, Justin Vaughn, the 7 truck, qualified first right now, 31.166. What a lap. And all the way in 29th, we have Tiger Wade just took his first lap. So his first lap was a 32.8. But if we go up to Ernest Smith in 28th position, 31.926. So about 8/10 of a second. So 30 trucks, around 30 trucks within 8/10 of a second. It's going to be a close race.
You're kind of adding to what you said there, Katie. While the two drivers are going for a championship, both of them have teammates. I'm sure that could come into play near the end of the race if they're all near the front.
Yeah, not necessarily just being super aggressive, but if you have that, if you're battling someone with that one spot that you might need, or someone that could hold someone else off, you never know that the situation it could call for anything at any moment, and you have to watch all the way to the end because until that last lap is taken, anything can change, especially at this track. If this ends under a long green flag run and either fuel is in question or tires is in question, I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah, judging from the couple of runs I had with the C fixed and C open trucks, I mean the two spots you're going to be watching for is the biggest difference will be through turns 3 and 4. They've managed their tires will be a little bit faster or slower, and coming off of that turn 4, you play with the wall, and coming through 2, you miss it when you get it, you're fast. If you're off, you're in people's way.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I think as you mentioned, the turn 3 and 4, turn 3 and 4 is where we might see a lot of the trouble here, especially on worn tires. That wall in 4 will absolutely come out and grab you and pull you in, and then it is absolute chaos because this is not the widest front stretch that we've ever seen, obviously, but with, like I said, with 30 trucks, if someone piles up, if we get, an accordion effect on a restart, it's just so much danger out there.
Well, you get a group of trucks like the group that they've got tonight. You're going to see a number of cars that are all close together, and momentum is key on this track, so nobody wants to let up unless they have to. And that when that wall bites you, it's kind of like if you've seen the movie Jaws. It just grabs a hold of you and shakes you and holds you there.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is when this normally when you hit turn 3 and 4 and you get caught, it's probably because you have a lot of laps on your tires. Now, the good part is if you have a lot of laps on your tires, 9 times out of 10 that'll mean that they're pretty spread out. But just because you're spread out doesn't mean that you can avoid a wreck easily. Your tires are just as worn as the person that might have wrecked, and so you have to dodge them with terrible tires. And I think that's what we have to watch for, is not only the initial wreck, if we have one, which I hope that we don't, because these are a lot of good drivers, but if we do, maybe watch behind them and see if anything else happens.
All right, the drivers are gridding up now. We're going to run through the starting order for you. On pole, Justin Vaughn with a 31.167. In second, Michael Atkins Jr. In third, Ty Hester. And in fourth, Jamie Vaughn. In fifth, Zachary Bazanich. And in sixth, Sam Maxwell. In seventh, Robbie Baskins. And in eighth, Jared Mogard. And running out the top 10 is Mitch Brown in the Hooters anniversary truck. That's from Alan Kowicki's 92 Winston Cup Championship. In 11th, Jason Stewart. In 12th, Logan Runyon. In 13th, Tom Giannini. And in 14th, Steve Buhala. In 15th, Lee Staples. And in 16th, Jonathan Holstein. In 17th, Pete Baskins. And in 18th, Kevin Mingus. In 19th, Dylan Hickey. And in 20th is Bradley Cross. In 21st is Sean Music. And in 22nd is Josh Walker. In 23rd is Chris Titus. And in 24th is John Kennedy. In 25th is Jim Foose, one of our championship finalists running that Brian Scott paint job. And in 26th, David Bowden. In 27th, Danny Rogers. And in 28th, Ernest Smith Jr. In 29th, Tiger Wade. And in 30th, Stephen Trombley. 31st, Alan McEwen. 32nd, Zach Calloway. And that is going to round out your field. They're going to do one lap here, and then they're going to go for the championship.
Yes, indeed. And as you mentioned, we have the 46 of Robbie Baskins currently holding the lead in the points, and he's one of the final two vying for this championship in this race. Now, he's qualified pretty decently in the 7th position, so keep an eye on him. Now, also, Jim Foose in the back there, number 42, he is 6 points down coming into this race, and he qualified 25th. So it is very vital that he gets through this field and gets a good finish, because he needs to beat Robbie Baskins by a decent amount. He needs to beat him, and Robbie has a decent truck. We see it. We see that speed, so keep an eye on that. We will remind you throughout the race.
I think the key for Foose right now is to maybe hope for an early caution where he can pick up some tires, pick up some fuel, and the leaders do not pit, because that'll come play to his advantage later in the race. A long green flag run, being at the back may not work for him. And they're under green. I'll give it to you, Katie. I'm seeing smoke already coming up from the front.
Yeah, they are 3 wide back there, about 7th position, about where Robbie Baskins is.
Yes, indeed, you are right. And up front, we have a side-by-side battle. We're side-by-side halfway through the field, honestly. They are running very close to each other. It looks like the 11 is the first car side-by-side, running about as tight as he can be. You got to keep it careful there. Ooh, big bounce.
The 44 and the 5 just kind of played a game of chicken there with the whole slide job gone wrong.
Yes, indeed. Watch that up front. That is in front of the 46. The 44 looking like he's going to pull in, but he's going way high off that corner, and that's going to cause the 68 of Sam Maxwell turn low here to try to get a spot. Going to have the bumper there into turn 3. Watch the 44 float as the 46 tries to stick his nose in under the 10 of Jared Mogard. Luckily, Jared gets away there. The 46 sticking on his bumper. They see the side-by-side battle. They are so close. They are trying for that side draft. Not exactly working for the 68 on the bottom there. He's trying extremely hard. Still, this is the closest battle we have up front.
Yeah, personally, I think it's just too early in the race to be driving this hard, especially with the fact that they do not have fast repairs. They've got what they've brought.
And it looks like back up front, we have a battle for the lead already. Justin Vaughn side by side with the 36 truck with Ty Hester as they go side by side midway through the corner. They're about midway up. That 36 has to turn down, try to get some run in, and he does. Always slams the door shut on the 6 trucks. They could not fit a piece of paper between those two bumpers. Holy cow, the 7 dives into the corner trying to get a little bit of headway here. That 36 drifting up. He's got to stay off that wall. This is going to bring out a caution. If he gets any higher, he can get up in that wall with a 7. He has the line right now into the turn 1. See if he can hold it.
Is it just me, or is there smoke coming from this 7 under braking in turn 3 and 4?
Ooh, caution is out. That is the 60. Oh, massive wreck. 66 is involved. 4 is involved. We had a car on their hood involved. That is the 29 of Lee Staples. A massive wreck in the back here. A absolutely massive wreck in the back.
And it seems to be the 42, Jim Foose, made it through there untouched. So for you, those of you that are following him, currently sitting back in 22nd and evaded all the
he
mess that was
actually
going on back there.
went through the grass to avoid that wreck. What a great job by Jim Foose. We're going to review that caution for you guys, and it seems to start with the 29 of Lee Staples all the way in the back there. It seems he got into turn 1 in about midway in, running in the middle lane, and unfortunately Edward Bray, the 66 of Edward Bray, just comes down on him right in front of a massive pack of cars, and that just caused absolute mayhem. The 4 got in, the 3 got in, the 70 was involved. Quite a few cars heavily damaged after that.
Yeah, it's one of those turns that if you run that high line and you run a little bit long, the back end starts to come around a little bit on you, and on the exit, it'll drive you down the track. If you get in that low lane, get on the gas a little bit early, it'll push you up the track, and you kind of meet the car in the middle. So it was tough to see who came down on who.
I mean, that wreck, I still think the 42 could not have done a better job at avoiding that wreck. He turned all the way down. It might have cost him a 1X, but he saved that race car, and that's what matters. And it looks like, for the most part, we've actually got a pretty heavily split field right now. The top 12 trucks stayed out on that. The first one off of pit lane is the 89 of John Kennedy. Jamie Vaughn following him off in 14th position. So quite a few cars deciding to pit, including Jim Foose. The 42, we want to call out that beautiful paint scheme he has on there at the moment. Brian Scott tribute paint scheme on the hood there, and what a beautiful one it is. So shout out to Brian Scott. What a beautiful tribute.
Yeah, and so far as Jim Foose is concerned, this is kind of playing out in his favor. Like we were mentioning in the at the beginning of the race, an early caution, he gets to pick up tires. The leaders don't. He'll have a couple of laps fresh rubber when it comes back to green.
Yeah, very true. That's exactly what he needed. He needed to pick up a few spots here. He's got fresh tires, got a truck full of fuel, so he's sitting pretty right now. He's still 18th back, but from what he started at, doing really, really good.
And not like last week, they're going to be fairly quick cautions that we see here until people are a lap down. Pace lights are off on the caution car. They're lining up to go green again, but definitely caught my interest seeing the 7. I don't know if it was brake smoke or just maybe he's got his car set so low, but I was definitely seeing smoke off the restarts.
Yeah. Yeah, quick shout out to the 48 of Mitch Brown and the 1 of Jason Stewart side by side right now. Hopefully they're going to have a clean race here. Looking good. Looks like we're going to go back to green this time by.
A little bit of brake checking going on in the back there. The 97, some front end damage. I don't know if he was just testing his brakes or what, but I'm not looking for a quick start out of him, and that could be bad on the restart.
Yes, indeed. In green, they have it. Look at that 36. Ty Hester jumping out to a massive lead there. Very well done. The 31, the 7. Sorry, that's the 91. The 91 and the 7 side by side. The 7 losing spots now. one by one. That's the 68 of Sam Maxwell moving up through the field, looking good. Right behind them, we do have Robbie Baskins up top. Under him is Jared Mogard, both two heavily talented racers here. Side by side they go. Looks like the 10's going to have to slow up for that 7, but the 46 doesn't have the line either. They're going to try and hold their cars side by side. They continue. Look at that 46 getting a little bit of run there, looking good across the line. And they've got to be careful here. They're side by side. You got a side by side battle behind and in front of them, trying to keep it clean here.
Yeah, and further back in the pack, the 97 truck we noticed earlier slowing down. Cars are just doing their best, going 2 and 3 wide coming out of the corners to try and avoid him. He's slow, and everyone's getting around him.
Ooh, look at the 68. He is dipping low on that 7 truck. Got to be careful here. As the 46, we see him drift up high. That 10's easily going to take that position. The 7 behind him, ooh, knocking a little bit. See, that's the 6 and the 1 side by side. Ooh, as the 1 drifts up, and that's going to slow up a lot of these cars. Look at this big pack behind him. The 44 driving hard side by side with the 89 of John Kennedy. This is for, looks like 11th on the track right now. 44 trying to break into the top 10, doing a good job. Ooh, that 89 trying to keep it off the wall. The 44 trying to keep off the 89. See them taking it easy. We're going to focus back up. The 10 car side by side with the 68. Sam Maxwell taking it high up front. See if he can catch up. Use the draft of that 7 truck on the backstretch here. They'll dive into turn 3. Looks like the 10 wants to have the traction, but the 68 using that high line to his favor. The 10 drifting up. Ooh, he's got to catch that truck. That's going to be tied up off the corner there. The 68 will easily clear him going into turn 1. The 10 trying to fit in front of that 46 truck. The 46 now has to slow up, and that kind of starts a chain reaction there. The 10 going to turn easy on the 68. Looks like the 68 lost some traction there in turn 2. Watch a 10 dive in here on turn 3, trying to get this spot. The 68 not really letting him go. He's going to pinch him down there. Ooh, is the 10 loses a little bit of traction there. Catch it. That 46 is losing traction as well. Ooh, 10 almost goes sideways in that corner. Has to give up the spot, but it's good because he saves his truck, and across the line, the 10 will fit in 5th position right now.
Yeah, so about the next 5 laps, we're going to see cars that stayed out lose out to the cars that taking the tires, and then it's going to be about 10 laps after that. Everyone's going to be level again.
Yes, indeed, and back up front, the 91 doing a great job jumping up front here. Qualified 5th on the field, has made his way up to the top spot there as they drift off the corner. The 36, Ty Hester, he got up close to him but just couldn't hold on. The 91 making that pass easily. This is the 91's second lap led all race. We've had a pretty decent battle up front so far. I'll be honest, guys, I can't take my eye off this 46 truck. He's in such tight battles, especially with this 48 right now of Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown trying to hold it down low, running that nice Hooters paint scheme. That 46 is going to have the power up off the corner, and he's going to take that spot easily. Ooh, as the 30 almost turns, the 6, Bradley Cross, almost turning that 6 truck. Got to be careful there. He had to lift up off the corner. That 6 tried to dive in on the 48. Couldn't do it. He's going to lose at least one spot. The 30 deciding if he was going to go low, go high, as he bumps him. Going to the corner, the 30 playing a little aggressive right now. Letting him know that he's there. Absolutely, he is there. This is a tight battle. Starting in 6th position. Robbie Baskins trying to keep it clean. The 48 kind of give him a little bump there. Letting him know you got a little pack behind him.
Yeah,
back up front, we are only separated by a 10th, so keep that in mind.
Some of these guys are Foos's teammates. They'd like nothing better than to see him fade a little bit quicker than he has to, and get him to use up those tires driving too deep into the corner.
Absolutely. And I'm looking up out in the back right now. The 42 of Jim Foos sitting in 16th position. He's clean right now. He's got a little bit of space behind him and in front, but it is a close battle, and he's going to want to keep an eye on that. He's got to keep his truck clean and slowly work his way up through the field. He did take fresh tires there, so he gained a few positions off of that caution. Tell you what, back up front, tight battle here. The 36 of Ty Hester diving, and I mean diving into turn 3, trying to get that run. He does. He will close the door and capture that top spot right now. The 91 getting a little bit of a draft, getting a little bit of a run off turn 4. See if he can hold on, try to get a run here. 36 will close the door, not going to let him through. And because these two are battling, the 7 of Justin Vaughn making his way back up to them might be a 3-car battle anytime now.
Yeah, as these cars get single file now, with all the tires evening out, kind of people finding their position, it's a matter of a waiting game. Who's going to play chicken and come in for tires first? Either that or pray for a caution and that they are not it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you somebody to keep an eye out on, the 10-car Jared Mogard. He won the GASRA Class A championship here last night, so definitely knows his way around this place, and this is exactly how he did
Guys,
it.
3 wide on the backstretch here. One of the cars, one of the trucks having to keep it high there for a moment. That was Robbie Baskins. Remember, he's got to keep it clean here. The 89 now diving back on him. The 46 been losing a couple of spots now, dropping through the field. He's currently sitting in 11th position with the 89 trying to pass him in 10th. The 89, John Kennedy, he's been trying to pass him for a couple laps now after the 46 lost a few spots there. The 46 looks like he's going to lose one more. Oh, as the 89 slips up. Oh, that was close. The 89 getting a little loose there, trying to close the door. The 46 going to back off, let him have it. He doesn't want to cause a wreck here, especially so early on. We do have 47 laps to go.
McEwen and Music having words there. They just barely tapped coming off of turn 2 there. Everything worked out okay. I don't think there's any kind of damage to really worry about.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see him. You can see as you watch the 46 truck. He's losing time to that truck in front of him and the trucks behind him. Although now side by side, keep an eye on that. Ooh, as the 70 dives on the 1. No, the 70 losing traction there. That is 2 battles back. Keep trying to keep it clean. A lot of these guys losing some tire wear right now. These are drivers that have not pitted. Keep that in mind. These drivers have not pitted, so they are running on quite a bit worn tires right now. Oh, that 70 is making me nervous. He is making me nervous. He is drifting sideways, trying to keep it below on that 1 of Jason Stewart, but it's getting close here as the car in front of him drifts up there. The 22 of Danny Rogers. Gotta be careful. He's going to close the door on this 1 here, try and get up into single file, but the 1's not going to have any of it. He's going to stick his nose in. He's going to dive into turn 1. So side by side they will go, and look at the 42 back behind him. The 42 picking up some positions, looking good, trying to compete right now. Looks like he might try to take it low on that 70. The 42 of Jim Foose looking good, making it through the field. The 70 just going to let him go. Absolutely no competition there. The 42 trying to pick it up off the corner. He's got a little bit of time to get up there, and you see he does. The 70 trying to blow the crossover move, won't do it. Says you can have it and lets him go.
Well, Foose right now is within a second of Baskins. You can see him just ahead of the other cars there. I'm sure he's thinking that he just wants to get past him and maybe put some distance on him, because now he's in a spot where he can maybe overtake him.
Yeah, watch this. Almost 3 wide for the 42. Almost 3 wide. As the 33 trying to take it on the outside there. You see he does. He has the run. He has the lane there. But he's stuck behind the 1 car. He's getting a little bit of draft now as the 42 loses some traction here. He's going to be able to get up in there as they got a side-by-side battle behind him. But he's got to be careful here because that 48 is slowing up the top lane. The 42 dives low. He's going to get past that 33 off the corner. Can he carry some speed? Looks like he will. And they'll be about even when it comes to turn 3. Keep an eye. We've got 3 wide behind him. 3 wide for a moment there. It is getting spicy up in here.
Kind of reminds you of Pocono in that front stretch. They all just fan out, and they all got to realize that they got 2 lanes to get into by the time they hit the corner.
You know, you're absolutely right. It almost does look like that, a miniature version of that, except they don't have the room. You get into a middle of a corner and 3 wide, that's going to cause some trouble sooner or later, especially on 1 tires. You've got to be careful here. Look at that 33 and the 1 truck. Man, they are bumper to bumper on this turn. The one drifting up. Looks like the 33 is going to have the lane there. He goes for it. Watch the 42. He is drifting backwards. People are trying to give him room. 3 wide now. 3 wide on the front stretch. People are backing out of it. Very smart. 40 laps to go right now.
Yeah,
this is just an absolute gaggle right now.
Yeah, he's dropping time. He's actually 1.3 seconds back and kind of holding there.
Yeah, the 42 really needs to get out of this. I mean, this is a cluster right here. Oh, as he almost hits the 48, the one drifting high, the 42. Got to be careful here. He's getting stuck behind the one. 3 wide. Look at him on the top. 3 wide across the line here. He'll clear the one in the middle. He'll barely clear the one on the bottom, but the 70's probably going to stick his nose. No, he's going to back out of it. Probably smart on his part. The 42 going low on that one car. So 70 comes back inside. Man, they cannot get away from 3 wide on this track. Speaking of, 70 gets turned on the 43. The 48 involved as well.
Right ahead of Jim.
Right.
Cruz.
Woo, right behind him. And you guys wonder why we stick behind with these championship drivers, because there's almost always something that tends to happen. Everybody's trying to be careful. Everybody's trying to get spots. And when it comes together, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. And on that lap, the 43 truck trying to make it 3 wide. The 70 got a little loose there. Opened the door. The 43 trying to make it by. Really had nowhere to go. That 48 truck of Mitch Brown, he was stuck out there as well.
That almost looked like the 43 truck just got into the back of the 70 a little bit as the 70 moved out of the way, and when the 70 went to come back up, that door was gone and closed.
Yeah, the 43 truck, he obviously pulled down. He had the middle. He had plenty of room between he and the 48 of Mitch Brown, but the 43 just didn't have it. He didn't have the room, and he came back down on the 70, hooked the 70 around, and that caught up, looks like, a good 4 cars. You had the 60 truck riding behind him, looking good. Josh Walker just getting caught up in nothing that he could do about that. Just caught up in a wreck. Down to pit lane they come, and the 10 of Jared Mogard misses his pit. He will have to pit again. He can't stay out. He really can't. He needs fuel. He needs tires. He has not pit yet, so he has missed his pit on the first time they come in. That is not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, I think that's the loneliest that pace car is going to see all night.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like the 12 of Sean Music is our leader right now. He stayed out, but he did pit the first caution. Keep that in mind. But that's only a couple laps. That's not a lot of time between this caution and the last one. He's got a lot of tire wear on there. I wonder if he's going to decide to come pit in later. But it looks like the 91 car beat everyone out of the pit lane with regards, obviously, to the 10 truck. The 10 truck missing his pit. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm going to say that the cars that did not pit are quickly going to wish that they had pit, and the guys behind him are really going to wish that they had a pit.
Now, I'm a little curious as to what's going on, because Jared Morgan, I believe, has got a black flag because he's got an EOL penalty right now. He is going all the way to the back. You see these cars passing him. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Pit road can be kind of tricky to get into in this place, and I've seen a number of things through iRacing's official races where you have a really hard time judging the field while you come down that service road, and you're supposed to hold your position while you're there, and it probably has something to do with that.
Yeah, quite possibly. And again, Sean did not pit, so the number 12 truck will be your leader when we get this next one. It has Ernest Smith Jr. scored as our leader, but he stayed out. He's coming into the pits right now, so he will go down. He will lose all those positions, so you really don't have to worry about him. This is his second time pitting, and he is just sitting on pit lane right now.
Yeah, he took some damage in that initial accident, so he's probably getting that repaired while he had the opportunity, and then that way he can just follow up at the back of the field and start again.
Yes, indeed. We're going to highlight these chase drivers for you. It is the 46 of Robbie Baskins. We were watching him losing spots, but was able to get back up. He is currently in 9th position, looking good. Jim Foose able to hang on to it as they wrecked right behind him. He saw it in the rearview mirror. He pitted as well. and he is in 15th position. Keep that in mind. We're going to get you guys caught up on the back of the field here. Looks like Dylan Hickey was our first guy out, 26 laps down in 32nd. Lee Staples in 31st. In 30th, we have Kevin Mingus. And 29th, we have Mitch Brown, just involved in that accident. He is 2 laps down. The next truck is the 3 truck of Pete Baskins. He is the first car on the lead lap, but he's got a lot of damage on that 3 truck. Keep that in mind.
I'm not sure if it's my scoring or what. It's still showing me as the 88 being the leader.
Yeah, it's showing that for me as well. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. He's just caught up to the back of the field, so I don't know why they have him as the leader, but we'll see once they pass the checkered line this time by. We'll have 33 laps to go with the line. 33 laps to go with the line. The 12 will be your control car here. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and I'm going to watch that 12 float back through the field. With that jump he got, it'll work through 1 and 2. Going backstretch, he is going to have a lot of cars all over him.
Yeah, those tires are going to absolutely
70.
kill him on the backstretch here. You see that 36. Look at the 36 getting that run. You'll see that 12 on the top side. Those tires will kill him. We've known this was going to happen. The 91 going low there, trying to steal the second spot. The 68. Don't get caught behind that 12. He does. The 7 sticks him up behind the 12 truck. Oh, they might pull it 3 wide. The 12 going to hit the wall on the outside. That is, oh, as he comes down. Oh, makes it 3 wide. Getting tricky here. Oh, that 12 truck absolutely causing ruckus right now. He is falling all the way back through the field, and everyone has cleared him up into the 40. The 84. The 84 of David Bowden just cleared him for 18th. That 12 truck is going backwards.
He went from being slow to a moving chicane.
Yes, indeed. That was an absolute obstacle for these guys. But luckily enough, everyone got through it fine. He did sustain some right side damage, but luckily no caution from that. The 68, we see this battle behind him, brewing the 30, trying to push him through it. I mean, push him behind that 44 truck. He's on the low side right now. They're going to go 2 wide here. 30 not getting the run he wanted. Looking, trying to find the best lane. This is really difficult when everyone has fresh tires. You're trying to find the lane that works, and they're just even right now through turn 3.
So how about that Jim Foose? Back to within a second of Robbie Baskins, who's currently in 8th. Foose sitting in 13th.
Yes, indeed. They'll meet sooner or later. I truly believe that. Yes, indeed.
I'm sure that we're going to hope that they meet. Hopefully they don't meet by accident.
Yeah, you're correct. It's the 7 car going low on the 91. The 91 into the wall. The 91 into the wall as he bounces off. Ooh, that 7 got into him. That pushed the 91 out of his lane, and they are running over him right now. This is almost a rerun of that 12 truck. As he got into turn 4 there, he's got to keep it easy. He's now battling the 1 truck for 13th on the track. Up in front of him, you see Jim Foose. He's lucky enough to get by that, hopefully not causing any trouble for him. Jim Foose up to 12th.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing some cars that just can't quite hold it down on the bottom through 3 and 4, and it's going to create some issues. I don't know whether he came up on him or maybe just
ooh, caution is out. Caution is out. We're looking for it. I mean, everyone slowing up, slowing up. We are spread out. Looks like we have the 97 of Tiger Wade. Heavy damage right now. It looks like, ooh, he spun himself, rode the wall into 3 and just spun himself out. He got stuck in the middle of the track, and that's what brought out the caution. So, unfortunately, couldn't. Ooh, the 12 car almost came by and smacked him, but he held that brake. Smart of him to do so because he was able to not bring out more damaged trucks right now. So very smart on his part. Just now, he's going to have to come around and pit this time by. You'll see him on the entrance road. He's going to pit, and shout out to Ty Hester. Ty Hester, I mean, he pulled away. When that caution came out, he was a second in front of this field right now. So looking good for him, having a great race. He is on his 25th lap led so far.
Well, with about 25 to go, you're about the point that you could make it on tires. Do you or don't you?
Ooh, I think we have a little bit of drama building right now. The 46 truck, yes indeed, the 46 truck was just called out for a penalty. He went down the access road and then cut back through the grass onto the track. He is being brought to the back of the field now. This is going to be extremely dangerous for him. He's going to lose a lot of positions because of that.
Yeah, I'm always silent. I'm sort of silent on that one because if the commitment cone, as a driver, if I wasn't allowed to come back on that track, I've got every option to come back on the track as long as I do not enter past that commitment cone. So
yeah.
I can't exactly say I agree with the decision.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he's not the only one that got caught out, actually. In fact, the 19 as well, I believe, got caught out on that. So he wasn't the only one called out, but it's a little curious that both the 19 of Jamie Vaughn, and Robbie Baskins, funny enough, being called out by the 42, his competitor for the championship. But, you know, it's just the way it is, and he's paying it right now. He's paying his dues, and he will take note of that further going into this race. But we only have 27 laps to go. This is going to get, I mean, even tighter between these two guys.
Well, I mean, rules are rules. So, I mean, if the drivers are told ahead of time you're committed, once you enter that service road, then it means fair penalty. But, I mean, when you get used to the official races and kind of the way they do it in NASCAR, you watch for that commitment cone. As long as you don't pass that commitment cone, you can bail out of that pit idea at any time.
No, you were absolutely right, and that's going to catch him up. That will put him running 24th on the track. 24th compared to the 42 of Jim Foose. Now let's tell you why this matters. It matters because the 42 and the 46 are competing for championships. That's not new. We've mentioned that before. But what's important to remember is that the 42 is 6 points behind the 46. It's not enough for the 42 to beat the 46. He has to beat him by at least 6 positions just to tie. Has to beat him by 7 on the track to take it outright. So very, very, very important for the 42 to run out up front in front of these guys. This is going to be close.
So if your name is Robbie Baskins, you find the 42 car and just ride around in his bumper the rest of the race?
Pretty much indeed. You are correct. You know, it's funny, we saw something just like this in the Cup race this past weekend. All the 22 had to do was ride the 18's bumper, and he was in, and I believe the 46 should do just that. Now, if he can pass him, all the better. But no reason to challenge him and force something to happen that you really don't need to happen. Reminder, we have 26 laps to go, 27 trucks on the lead lap so far. Real quick, race summary has been 41 laps complete out of the scheduled 67, 7 lead changes, great races up front, 3 cautions for 10 laps, and we are going green this time by.
And for the guys riding around the back, there's a number of cars in that long lineup that are running that inside line. That should fare well for them as far as the restart goes. Hoping there's no hitches. Pace cars off.
Yes, indeed. No hitches. This restart, the 36 gets out to another nice lead. As the 7 pulls down in front of the 68, he's going to get that second spot. The battle starts back behind them. It looks like they're going to go single file for a moment. That 68 getting a great run through turn 1 here. And it looks like we might have a little bit more drama developing. The 46 says he has a black flag that he should not have been given right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, see if it gets waved. But this might cause a little bit more trouble here. Oh, checking in on the 42 of Jim Foose. Look at him go. He's got 2 trucks in front of him, 2 wide. He does not want to go 3 wide there. He's got to be careful here. Sticking his nose down in there of the 78. Trying to keep it clean as they're 2 wide front and behind him. Oh, man, this is going to cause a little bit of more drama on his part. 3 wide behind him. That is Jared. Oh, good Lord, Jared Mogard. Trying to take it 3 wide. The 84 drifting up in the corner. The 1 trying to keep it clean, trying to keep it off the turn. He does. that wall was coming closer. Got a little bit of talk on the radio. Sorry for that. That is the 42 on the radio. It seems we have a little bit of trouble between the 42 and the 46. The people competing for the championship. 46 asking for a wave, asking to clear the black flag, but that he did not deserve. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. The 60 is side by side with the 84 behind one of our championship contenders. The 60 losing spots. That is Josh Walker. He was involved. And like 3 wide. Jared Mogard going 3 wide again. He can't help it.
And that whole incident with Robbie Baskins, apparently it had a black flag for passing under the yellow, but was given an EOL as well. And it was supposed to clear the black flag. It didn't. And so they had to find someone rather quickly before those 4 laps were up. Otherwise...
Yes, indeed. And luckily, he has gotten that wave, so he will not have to come down. So that's good for the 46. The 42 battling right now has the 84 behind him, tight on his bumper. Just to remind you, ooh, the 10 blocking. Look at him block that 44. The 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. getting absolutely slammed. That door just slammed shut for him. The 10 battling the 1 right now. He's going to get cleared off of turn 2 down the backstretch, trying to get a little bit of a run here. The 1 trying a crossover move. I don't think he's going to get there. The 10, ooh, slams on his brakes. I mean, slams on his brakes. They have a slow car up top. Keep that in mind. The 42 drifting up. That is a slow car. The 48 of Mitch Brown out in front of these trucks. The 10 trying to keep it close, swings to the outside of the 84 truck. Ooh, this is getting close right now. That 84
now our viewers
of
can't,
David Bowden. Woo.
Our viewers can't hear the chatter going on the radio. Do you think possibly the 46 is just trying to get inside of the 42's head a little bit?
I think so. The thing is, the 42 is an admin, so when he has to deal with stuff, he has to deal with stuff in the middle of the race. So it's not very good for him. Now, I don't know how he's going to have to deal with this 10 car. This 10 car might be a problem in his own. He is forcing his way through this field. The 84 making him drift up through the corner here. That 10 is going to cause some trouble for that 42 if he ever gets up to him. And he is trying his hardest, driving on the outside, trying to get the run down the backstretch. He will. They'll be about even into turn 3. And we've got a couple of cars that are slow. We've got a couple of damage cars coming back on the track. We will let you know if we see one in front of a tight battle. But for now, these guys are just trying to keep it clean. It's the 10. Oh, he's riding that bumper of the 84 truck. I mean, it could not get closer. I mean, it could. I think Jared Mogard would try to get it as close as possible.
And there's
all right.
Less than 15 laps to go, or just about 15 laps to go left in this race. So these guys are got to make the positions they're going to make. If they're going to do it, if they're going to do it, they got to do it now.
You are correct. And checking up in front for just a moment here, we have the 36 of Ty Hester doing a great job.
The 6 and the 91 get together. It seems all worked out except for the 6 touching the wall a little bit.
Yes, indeed. That 36 of Ty Hester cruising up front has an 0.8 of a second lead. So we'll check back in if that ever closes. We'll let you know. But I mean, I am sorry, but I'm just enticed in this battle between the 10 and the 42. The 42 truck just keeping it close right now. That 78 lost a spot, caused a little bit of a jumble up there around that position. The 42 holds the top spot in this battle, and that is 11th position. But that 10 is riding them on the outside. The 44 dipping low. 3 wide for a moment there. The 10 gets clear. The 44 pulls out, but the 44 pulls out of 1 3 wide into another. Oh, the 44 drifting up. Gets caught by the 78 on the outside. The 84 lifts up. The 1 lifts up. Avoids a wreck for a moment there. That was close.
There is a big battle going on here between the 91 of John Kennedy and the 89 of...
Sorry, the 89 of John Kennedy. You are correct. He's giving him bumper. Oh, is he giving him the wall across the line?
And Zach Bazanich was running that inside line, drifting up just a little bit. He was getting pinched down by Kennedy, and it was waiting to happen. Somebody was going to hit something.
Ooh, this championship is getting close, guys. 42, running 12 right now. The 46 of Robbie Baskins passing, and I say passing, you can see him on the bottom here, trying to pass the 60 for that 17th position. He won't get it this time. He's got to try again in turn 1, but they're currently separated by 6 spots. So keep that in mind.
2 seconds, 11 laps, and we don't know if there's going to be another caution or not.
Very true. Very true. These guys are cutting close. The 46 will get past them. The 46 now up to the 17th position. He looks like he might be able to hold it. So 17th position. Back in front of him, the 42 holding the 12th position. But he's got a lot of trucks behind him coming quickly. And there's a big battle up ahead of him that could cause some trouble. There are a lot of cars involved. I mean, there are side-by-side battles all over the place. The 78 drifting up. Ooh, 84 keeping it close. Out in front of him, that 22. Look at that crossover move on the 84. Sorry, the 89 of John Kennedy. Apologies. The 22 diving in there. Danny Rogers keeping it on the bottom. The 45, Zach Calloway trying to stick his nose in. Passes the 89 in below the 22. Ooh, he's going to drift up the 89 into the wall. The 42, keep an eye on the 42. Oh, 42 into the wall. What a massive wreck here. Oh, the 46 gets touched. The 46 gets wrecked as well. Heavy damage on the 46 truck. We've got both contenders involved in this one wreck with 12 laps to go.
Yeah, the 46 of Robbie Baskins, I'm not seeing any smoke. It was kind of, he was hit hard, but not
yeah, he was smacked hard on the right side of his truck.
Yeah, it looked like a bit more of a pancake. I'm not seeing a lot of real damage, but Jim Foose, I watched him come through and hit the whole front left of his car is mashed up.
Oh,
the whole left side
his entire front is mashed up. Are you kidding me? His entire front is mashed up. He's got heavy damage on that truck. The 46 involved as well. And we apologize for not highlighting every single car. This championship battle is so close. We have to keep an eye on that. We're going to go back through this wreck for you guys. This was a tight battle. The 46 tried to stop, but unfortunately just couldn't do it. He was going a little too quick. Car came down on him, and he got some heavy damage on that right side. Oh, heavy damage. And that was the 48, I believe.
And
no, that was the 45. Sorry, the 45 of Zach Calloway up onto the outside wall, came down, knocked the 46, out of whack, and gave him some heavy damage there.
And it sounds like Baston's going to have to go behind the wall for some serious damage repair. The 42, we'll find out how long he's going to sit in the pit, but if he doesn't have to take it behind the wall, he could pick up some serious spots over this.
Yeah, we see the 42 stopped in his pit box right now. He's going to have a little bit to repair, a lot to repair, honestly. We don't need to be easy on them. They've got a lot to repair. The 46 just now getting into his pits. We'll see how long he's there. But they've got to be careful. 10 laps to go right now. We'll get about 9 once we go back to green, so it's going to be close here.
They're just covering over the required repairs, and the two of them are comparing notes. Foose doesn't sound like he's going to give up the information and how much required repairs he might have. But Bastion's definitely admitting that he's going to be in there for quite a while.
Yeah, we'll find out sooner or later. And just to let you guys know what really happened, what caused the wreck, was the 22 truck of Danny Rogers getting involved with the 89 of John Kennedy and the 45 of Zach Calloway. Those 3 trucks.
And the 42 is up and off and on his way. It isn't over until it's over. That's why we run all of the laps here. But by the looks of it, the way things are sitting right now, Jim Foose would come out and take the championship just based on the way things are going to work out right now. But like you said, you run all of the races all of the laps for a race for a reason.
Yeah, honestly, if I was them, if it's not required, we're not fixing it. That's pretty much how you got to look at it, especially with the 46 being involved. That's just chaos right there. But again, the what happened there in the wreck was the 48. Sorry, apologies. A lot of trucks here getting in a lot of action right now. But what really happened was that 22 was going on the outside right there. The 89 trying the crossover move was going to stick his hood under the 22, but the 45 did not see him. The 45 didn't see how low he was. The 45 came up and cleaned the 89 out. Cleaned him out. So unfortunately, the 45 going to have to pay a little bit of karma for that, but for the time being, that's going to cause a lot of trouble for our championship contenders.
Do you remember when I was talking about it might be a little bit ahead of head games and psyching out going on?
Really, it's always got to be something with them, doesn't it? It's always got to be something. And
Robbie Baskins is on the track on the lead lap.
yeah, we've
Only
got
4 spots behind Jim Foose. So currently, if it were to end right now, Baskins would win it.
yeah, and just to let you guys know, this is how it lays out. We have our 2 championship contenders. We'll get to them in just a moment, but we only have 18 trucks on the lead lap right now. The 19th truck is the 46 of Robbie Baskins. He did indeed lose a spot. That caution. He has scored a lap down right now. Right in front of him on the track, the 42 of Jim Foose on the lead lap in 15th. The 46, if a caution doesn't come out and he doesn't get the lucky dog within the next lap, and I mean the next lap, he is done for, and he's got to be careful here.
He's got to pick up 2 or 3 spots when they go green and hope for a quick caution to end the race.
Yeah, he needs Jim Foose to lose position. Jim Foose right now is in 15th. As they stand right now, Robbie takes it. The 46 takes it. But if Jim Foose gains any positions, it could spell trouble for the 46 truck. But we're going back to green, and the lead car right now, Pete Baskins with his heavily damaged truck, 3 wide on the front stretch, almost 4 wide, the 36 going into the 30. All the 10 involved, 3, 7, 6, 40, 68. All of these trucks involved. Speaking of that quick caution,
The 42 just
gets
closes
taken
his
out.
eyes, gets through
Oh
there.
no, the 46 gets taken out. The 46 trying to make up as many positions as he can, he gets taken out.
And that was a reset too.
He just needed to make it past that. Oh no. And he was trying for every position. He put himself too wide, brought him into the 3 truck, and that is what caused him to spin.
And right now, Foose is 1 position to the good to take championship if he holds his spot.
Yep, Robbie Baskins sitting 20th right now on pit lane, 1 lap down. He cannot lose any positions right now unless he gets going. I mean, he's got the next car behind him is 2 laps down, so if he can get off within 2 laps, he won't lose a spot. But Jim Foose is 13th. Jim Foose is 12th on the track right now. He can gain as many spots as he wants.
There's still a car on the track with the 88. Now I can't see how many laps down he is, but he could.
The 88 is 3 laps down. Yes, he is on the track. Yeah, and we've got a little bit of arguing going on over the radio, deciding who takes blame for that caution, but really, it was an entire pack of cars.
So the 88 car of Ernest Smith getting to play spoiler just put Robbie Baskins another lap behind him.
Yes, indeed.
Giving Foose another couple of spots to work with, but he... Yeah, if I'm Jim Foose, I am not pitting at all.
Yeah, and we absolutely will go back to green. So keep that in mind. Because Jim Foose, even though he might pick up some spots here, he may lose some on this green flag race. We'll restart with about 3 laps to go. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he looked to be just a little bit slower than the other cars. He was starting to get past going into 1 and 2, but that could have been he was slowing up for an accident.
Yeah, right now, as they're scored, Jim Foose, 8 positions on the track over Robbie Baskins. If he can hold that, he'll be fine. If he can lose 3 positions, he will lose this championship. And he is capable. There are other trucks on the racetrack that could take those positions away, but it's going to be tough.
5th place, Sam Maxwell, doing a nice little barbecue up front. He's going to have to pit, obviously.
Oh, you're right. The 68 of Sam Maxwell, he is steaming right now.
Yeah, so the 68 has no intention of pitting if this thing stays under caution because he will not get disqualified for not pitting.
I don't know how he's smoking and doesn't have the meatball, because if he doesn't pit, he will go on he'll be scored the last car on the lead lap.
'68 making his way down low. We just don't know if he's pulling in or not.
No, he is not on here. The 44 looks like he's diving onto pit lane right now. He will go on the accessor, but that 68's not pitting. The 68 is not pitting.
This looks like it's shaping up to be a one-lap shootout, so he's going to have to pit. This is looking like it's going to be an interesting finish to the race, because there is not hardly any cars up near the front that are straight.
Yeah, lights are out on the pace car. We're going to green. We will have 2 laps to go. Ooh, it's the 68. He sees it. He's taking off on the track. He is going to reset his truck. He is out of the race. That's another spot for Jim Foose.
Now, he had done that because if he passes the start-finish line or passes the pit, takes that toe, he gets 1 more lap. So that's going to work to his advantage for position-wise, not anything else.
46 still on pit lane, still has spots to lose. Jim Foose, 10th position. He is 9th position right now. Sorry, 9th position. Scored 9th on the track. He's gained a few spots from a few people pitting. He is safely right now, has the championship. If any of these trucks get past him, he will lose this championship. Let's watch.
There's still 1 more truck that should be pulling into the pits and hasn't. They've cautioned him to pull off.
Ooh, this is going to be close. Look at that 10 car in front of the 42. That 10 is heavily damaged. He was involved in that last caution. Be careful here, Jim Foose. Be very careful. 36, he's the control truck. Ty Hester coming to the green right now. Gets the green flag. Look at the jump he gets. The 42 did not get a good restart. He did not get a good restart, but luckily no one behind him really did either.
I didn't like that restart at all. The 22 should not have pulled up high to cause whatever car needed to get around him to get a black flag.
The 12 truck going around the 42. Look at the 44 coming around. Look at this positions. The 42 is losing on the track right now. This is not good. The 42 losing too many positions. He is drifting back. He's in 12th position right now. 2 more trucks pass him. Oh my goodness. He loses
2 more spots. This could go.
Ty Hester out front, got a few car lanes. He is leading when the white flag has been taken. We'll keep an eye on that. But the 42 in 13th position right now. Wow.
He's actually pulling ahead of 14th, so it's not as this puts him in a spot he can win it, but by only 1 spot.
Yes, he is 8 positions in front of Robbie Baskins. We're going to jump to the lead here. Ty Hester into turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Looks like he'll be able to hold it. Gives off the corner. What a great run. He will come down this front stretch and lead that final lap and take the win here at Homestead. Led 50 laps on the day.
Wow, that was some finish, because the 91 of Brzanich was, he tried coming through 3 and 4. He just couldn't get that run he needed.
Man, this has been absolute a hectic race. Oh man, Jim Foose, he will finish in the 13th position, 8 spots.
So
8 spots in front of this other championship contender, Robbie Baskins.
Yeah, unofficially, the 42 is your 2016 season champion. Needed 6 positions. Looks like he's gonna get 2 or 3 to spare, and that's it.
Barely. barely. You are correct. Imagine if Robbie Baskins had led a lap. the kind of stuff that would have thrown just an absolute wrench into this finish here. But Ty Hester, shout out to him. What an excellent race he ran. I mean, we had a lot of lead lap changes, and by the end of it, we had 10 lead changes here. We ended up having 5 cautions for 17 laps, a lot of wrecking, unfortunately, but man, did that cause some trouble for a lot of very, very high up people in the points. I mean, this was hectic. We even heard it from Jim Foose. We heard him and his spotter communicating. They were breathing a sigh of relief after that one. That was an insanely difficult race for them, but very well done by Ty Hester. What a race.
That was one heck of an intense finish. Not just the race winner, but that whole championship conclusion to the series.
I mean, that was extremely, extremely exciting. Very well done by Jim Foose. Not only that, but he gets a championship with a paint scheme honoring Brian Scott. Thank you so much, Brian Scott, for everything you've done. What an excellent career you have had. The 42 Jim Foose honoring him for it. Fantastic job.
Yeah, and Foose just doing burnouts to celebrate there on the front stretch. If for the winner of the race, I mean, you kind of feel bad in this situation for Ty Hester because he won the race, but the real story there is the championship win by Jim Foose.
Yeah, you're correct. I mean, this was this was an insane race. The 42 trying his best, making his way up through the field, able to get past a wreck that he and both his contender were in. And I mean, very well done by him. He lost spots at the end of the race, but most importantly, he lost spots that he could give up. He didn't lose spots that he desperately tried to hang on to. So it was very smart racing by him, very well done, and just an incredible race. Ty Hester doing a great job up top. And I mean, this was a hell of a finish.
Yeah, you think in a situation like that, as much as you want to fight for those positions, and it's the last lap, and you really have to show yourself some patience and know that, maybe he knew or maybe he didn't know how many he could lose to still retain the title. But it's far better to finish the race and lose a couple of positions than get wrecked out and have to take your chances.
Real quickly, going to go through the results here for you. Ty Hester with the win. Zachary Bazanich finishing in second, Tom Giannini in third, Justin Vaughn in fourth, Alan McHugh in fifth, Bradley Cross in sixth, Chris Titus in seventh, Jared Mogard in eighth, Edward Bray in ninth, and Stephen Trombley rounds out your top 10. Jamie Vaughn in 11th, Jim Foose in 12th, Michael Atkins Jr. finishing in 13th, Jonathan Holstein in 14th, Danny Rogers in 15th, Sam Maxwell in 16th, Sean Music in 17th, Ernest Williams in 18th, and Pete Baskins and Logan Runyon round out the top 20. In 21st, Zach Calloway. In 22nd, championship contender Robbie Baskins. In 23rd, John Kennedy. In 24th, Josh Walker. 25th, Jason Stewart. 26th, David Bowden. 27th, Steve Buhala. 28th, Tiger Wade. 29th, Mitch Brown. 30th, Lee Staples. 31st, Kevin Mingus, and 32nd, Dylan Hickey.
And we're going to bring in our second place from the race there, Zach Bazanich, who near the end of the race there, Zach, you were catching him, but you just couldn't get there.
Yeah, we just ran out of time there at the end. Had a little incident about 3/4 of the way through and dropped back.
Yeah, we saw you had a little bit of trouble there, but you did a great job getting back there, and you had some speed. You led 8 laps tonight. Did you ever have a moment that you thought maybe this was getting a little too hectic? We saw so many things happen with you, but you raced hard and you did a very good job.
Yeah, there at I think it was 8 to go or whatever, we had that restart, and it got a little crazy there, and just tried to make my way through, and luckily came out without getting involved in that wreck.
Yeah, it was very well done. You kept your truck clean, and like I said, you did lead a few laps today. You had a quick car, and I mean it was very well done. You qualified 5th, so you were able to stick around that top 5. Lost a few positions about midway through, but it was a great rebound for you, and very, very, very good race with a 2nd place finish. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I gotta thank all the guys at Max Out Motorsports. They put a good truck and worked real well together during the race, figuring out a line, and it just came together there. Can't thank Nick Hoffman. He painted a fabulous truck up, and it was a good debut for it.
Well, I mean, it was good seeing out there. Near the probably the second third of the race there. You were running that low line through 3 and 4. You had any concerns with the cars trying to run that low line with you?
I felt like it was a little better getting in on there, and you carry a little more speed off instead of having to slow down so much to the center. But it's just a matter of hitting your marks every lap if you wanted to be faster at the whole race.
And indeed, you were really, really well done by you. Second place finish. Congratulations to the 91. Really, really well done. Thank you so much for jumping in here. So shout out to him. Very, very nice race on his part. Unfortunately, we do not have our race winner here. Shout out to Ty Hester. Really well done. Again, led 50 laps on the day out of 67. I mean, he held that top spot. We had a lot of lead changes, but he was able to keep it up there and had a very clean finish on his part, able to dodge all of the wrecks, even with a couple of slower wrecked cars around him. He did a very, very good job, especially with that restart with the 3. That was incredible on his part. So shout out to him. Now, we don't have the race winner, but who we do have is Mr. Jim Foose himself, the 42 truck, the championship winner of this series. Congratulations to Jim Foose. How's it going, bud?
That was the most intense 45 minutes or hour, whatever it was that we were in that thing, I've had in a while. Man, that was awesome.
Yes, indeed. I hear you.
So, Jim, have you used math so much in your life near the end of that race?
I ran out of fingers and toes.
Yeah, I bet it was getting close there towards the end. I mean, what was going through your head? We'll focus early on, really. You had a decent start there. You were able to make up some spots. You pitted early. You were able to go through the field almost at a slow, nice, easy pace. What was going through your head before, about midway as you were coming up through the field?
I thought we were absolutely junk and didn't have a chance to get there. And some things happened in the second half of the race. But real quick, I got to thank Steve. I mean, he was the calming voice in my ear all season long, and especially tonight. We got to vote Steve into the All-Star race. Steve Buhala for the All-Star race, guys. But he was with me all night long, and he was doing a lot of the math, and I was trying to do it. And he got an earful out of me when that thing was junk in the middle of the race. I didn't think we had a chance.
Yeah, and what about that big wreck that you were involved in? Actually, you and the 46 both involved in that wreck. I mean, what was going through your head, not knowing if he was involved, not knowing if you were able to get that car, repaired enough to finish? What was going through your head?
We've had a really tough year. A lot of things have happened, and I was just thinking, oh no, not again. We lost the late model championship 2 weeks ago on a tiebreaker. We've had a lot of things not go our way this year, and I just I was thinking, please, not again. Just something good happen.
Yeah, well, something good did happen, and you are the winner. You were the championship winner of this series. How does that feel?
I don't know.
I bet you it feels good. I'll say that for you. I'll speak for you on that part. I bet you it feels amazing, and you earned it. You did a great job. You're able to hang on there. Just unfortunately, Baskin's not able to get up there, and you did a great job defensively. You gave up a few spots at the end, but that was necessary to hold on, to keep that truck clean. Really, really, really well done. And do you want to tell us, as we finish up here, about that paint scheme on your truck?
Well, that makes it even more emotional because a couple years ago we met Brian Scott, and my dad was just kind of making a joke with him and said, I know my dad's watching, so hi, Dad. He made a joke and said that I raced his car on iRacing, and Brian said, oh, that's you? I said, yeah. He says, well, please quit wrecking my car. And, I had bought a Brian Scott shirt the year before. Liked the way the car looked. I liked the number on it. And that was the day that I decided that Brian Scott was going to be my guy. And we followed him about 3 years now. Was actually a guest of his at an Xfinity race last year, and went down to Kentucky to see him race this year. Of course, he was in that big wreck, which was terrible. And it's I don't know how to feel. I'm happy for his family. I'm really sad for his fans, and I'm really sad for the sport that they're losing a great ambassador like him, um, because he is truly one of a kind. He might be watching this thing, and if you are, Brian, come on, go out there and win us this race at Homestead this week, buddy. You can do it. We know you can. Love to see the King in victory lane as well.
You are absolutely correct, and I think I speak for a lot of people when I say he has done a hell of a job. Very, very good competitor and a good person overall. And I think that you won't find one person that disagrees with me. And you've done a great job showing off that paint scheme tonight, capturing that championship, and honestly, winning it in his name does, it's just an extremely great thing for everything that you are involved in. I mean, championship winner. Congratulations to Jim Foose, the number 42 truck with the special Brian Scott tribute on that hood. Jim Foose, I will give you one last word. Is there anyone else you want to thank?
I just really got to thank everybody that supported this league this year. My family, who has put up with me racing for, I don't know how long we've been doing this, 15, 16 years, 2-3 nights a week. Letting me get away sometimes to do it and miss family events and birthday parties and the occasional funeral just to get to do this. But before I go, there's two women in my life that are they're going through a tough time with their health, and I just want to wish my grandma and my mom very well. So thank you.
Absolutely. And from everyone at OCTV, we wish them well as well. We'll keep them in mind, and we'll also keep you in mind, the championship winner of this series. I mean, a beautiful job by you all season, especially at Homestead. Congratulations to the 42 of Jim Foose. Well deserved. And I don't know about Cafe and Tony Knuckles, but that race, one of a kind.
Yeah, you couldn't have written a better race. I mean, everyone talks about storybook endings, and there you had it. We talked about at the beginning of the race, the early caution, and him catching up, and then the battles that went on throughout the race. Just they worked themselves out in Jim Foose's favor.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And honestly, I'm a little speechless right now, just the way that everything's developed. I do want to give one last shout out to Jim Foose and the 46 for putting on a hell of a show. I'm not forgetting you, the 36 of Ty Hester. You did an excellent job. Got up there, dominated that race, won it. Congratulations to you. But Jim Foose, our championship winner and a all-around great guy.
Yeah, and for Katie and Cafe, that's David Williamson. I am Tony Knuckles. This has been a lot of fun. Real quick, just before I sign off here, I want to give a shout out to the 46, Robbie Baskins. We did the Gasser race last night, and he was in the running for the championship, lost it there at the end. And again, tonight he comes up short. So tough luck for him. Hopefully he comes back and can make another championship run in these series next year. Once again, for Katie and David, I am Tony Knuckles, and we are out.